Alright you guys, I am so excited for today's video. I get to do my beautiful cousin's hair today. She has gorgeous natural curly hair, but she wants something a little bit closer to her natural. So what we're going to be doing is going in and touching up her money pieces, and then I'm actually going to be adding in a low light that is really close to her natural, just so that way she doesn't feel like she needs to keep lightening her hair over and over. She lives a little ways away from me, so it's about a 3-hour drive every time she comes and gets her hair done. So we're looking for something that's a little bit low maintenance and a little bit closer to her natural color. So we're just going to get started here with her money piece, and then we will move into her low light. And for her low light today, I'm going to be using 6WG, 7N, and 7NW in Redken Shades EQ with 10 volume. I get a few questions about the comb that I'm using. This comb is a weaving comb off of Amazon, and it is absolutely incredible. It has cut my weaving time in half, and I swear by it. I will link it down in the description box for you guys below. It does take a little bit of getting used to, so make sure you practice with it a few times, but it definitely, if you put the work in, will cut your time down. Alright, so we're starting the low light. I'm going to start on the perimeter of each quadrant that I'm going to be working on. She's T-parted off into my traditional TZ light and low light technique, where I have a veil going through the top, and then I just have the 2 sections in the back and then the 2 sections in the front. So I'm going to start by doing the perimeter, and then I'm going to take small 1/2-inch sections until I get down to the bottom, and then I will start weaving up towards the top again. Alright, so right here I'm going to start the weaving portion. I combed through a little bit with a metal wide tooth comb. It's from JZ Styles. I absolutely love it. It's great for distributing color down just a little bit so there isn't globs and globs of color up towards the root. But as you guys can see here, I'm going to be taking my brush and I'm going to just be feathering down with my brush, not taking the dark color all the way down. This is going to give you a very lived-in, sun-kissed look. It's not going to go any like super harsh. It's also not going to give you any super ribbony. It's going to be very, very blended, very, very lived in. So this doesn't give you a ton of contrast. It's just going to give you a very seamless blend. Also, something important to note here is that I'm not taking the low light down all the same every single foil. I'm going to be taking some lower and then leaving some a little bit higher. That's just going to give her some dimension, so it's not all down, sort of like an ombre look. It's going to be a lot more lived in and more of a balayage type of look. Right here, we're going to be starting the veil portion of the head, and what I'm going to be doing here is taking some down significantly lower and then taking some and leaving it significantly higher. What this is going to do again is just going to create lots of really good dimension and a really seamless look. Alright you guys, so here on the sides I'm going to be taking horizontal sections, but I'm going to be feathering a lot further down in the back of the head, towards the back, than I am in the front of the head, just because I want to give it that almost like V type of look, where the front has a lot more blonde around her face than it does in the back. So I'm going to just, like I said, be feathering down that way, leaving a little bit more room and more blonde in the front, and then dragging that color down a little bit darker in the back to create more of a diagonal look and pattern. Here we are back at the toning bowl. We toned her with 9AA, 9NW, a little bit of 9G, and then a dash of 9VG to give this a really warm, nice, buttery look. And here she is, all dry and styled. We absolutely love this. I love how blended and how seamless this technique is for the low light. She loved it. We're so obsessed with it. Safe to say it was a good win. The money pieces up front were perfect because it gave her a little bit more brightness around her front, and then she still had that depth and that dimension in the back. So anyways, you guys, that is it for this video. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.